Hi, Steve here with a pickups video. Sorry I haven't done one of these in a while. Last week my whole family got sick, so I didn't have time to deal with this. We're all fine now though, thank you. How are you? I did have time to pick up some movies and video games that I will share today, then I can get them in my library. Got some stuff off of eBay. I was working some overtime too, so I don't feel guilty about ordering a couple little things off of eBay. I don't overspend. I just find some good deals and buy some games I've been wanting. And then if I'm lucky, I find stuff at the thrift stores. Lately, Goodwill has been letting me down. I don't know how they are in other places around here. Now my Goodwills are starting to charge like $8 for video games, like even the sports ones. And or for like the 7th gen games, the 6th gen games, they charge like $4. I can't really do that unless it's, I guess it's a good deal if there happens to be a valuable game in there or something I really want. But usually I'm the type of guy that just picks up any old game for $1. I can end up trading it or selling it or just adding it to my Xbox collection. But I'm not doing no $4 or $8 on the average game. Anyway, but so I'll show you what I got this week. I didn't get very many movies this week, but I did pick up The Matrix on Blu-ray for $1 from the Salvation Army, and Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions in one little package there. That was $1. So now I have all the Matrices on Blu-ray. The Salvation Army had like a half off day, so I think these were like $1.50. They came out to these Xbox games. I'm always on the lookout for the original Xbox. Burnout Revenge, one of the best racing games. I already have this one, so if anyone is looking for that, let me know. I think this one might be scuffed up a tiny bit, but I can't pass that up. I have a friend that resurfaces them. Yeah, it's really scuffy. I gotta make sure that plays. I'm sure it does. Ice Age 2: The Meltdown. I don't know if my little girls, they might enjoy this. I'm hoping one day they'll get into video games that we can play together. They're more about their little phone games. Although last week I did watch Jason and the Argonauts with them, and they enjoyed it. My 6-year-old and my 2-year-old, they really liked Jason and the Argonauts, so that made me feel good that I could put that movie on now and enjoy it, and they will enjoy it too. Anyway, then Dead to Rights. I didn't have that one, so I'm glad to add that to my Xbox collection. A dinosaur. Battle of the Giant Dinosaurs. Oh, Battle of Giants, Dinosaur Strike. I got this for $2 at the Hope Chest thrift store. It was marked $3, but the gal gave me $2 for it. I would have got it for that much anyway. It looks like a dinosaur fighting game, and I'm a fan of the Jurassic Park Warpath on PlayStation. But the reason why I got this is it had Mr. Wii Sports in there. So I can get make some money off of that. I could even take it to GameStop and make a couple dollars, maybe a few dollars on it right now. Someone wrote Sharpie on there, wrote their name. I can get that off with Axe body spray, works good. So I might either bundle this with a Wii I picked up last week. That I sell. Maybe I'll bundle this in with it. Either that or I'll go get some extra credit at GameStop to buy some games. And then if anyone's interested in the dinosaur case, let me know. I'll probably hang on to it. My buddy Dave from the Virtua Brothers, or Segalacious is his name. That's his real name, Segalacious. He saw that I picked up Rygar on PlayStation 2. That's one of the games I used to like to play, and I misplaced it, and I ended up finding it at the thrift store, so I bought Rygar on the PlayStation 2. And his heart is full of hate when it comes to PlayStation 2. He doesn't like PlayStation 2 at all. So he got really upset when he saw that I got Rygar on PlayStation 2. So anyway, he was nice enough to send me Rygar, the Battle of Argus on Wii. I understand this is the same game. It might be slightly upgraded. So I think he wants me to play this one instead. Unfortunately, you can only use the baby rattle. I would prefer to just use a regular controller. But I'm still kind of interested in this game. It looks a lot different. I don't remember the man looking like that on the PlayStation version, but I understand this is the same game. So I'll have to give this one a try now. Now that I have it. So thank you, Segalacious, for the Wii game. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about here. He sent me a letter. Dear Steve, I saw in one of your pickup videos that you obtained a copy of Rygar for the PlayStation 2. As thanks for the Saturn game you sent me, I sent him Street Fighter the movie, the game on Saturn, a loose copy. As thanks for sending me that, I wanted to give you the Wii version of Rygar. Don't know much about this version. When you get time, I would be interested to hear your thoughts about it and how the Baby Rattle version compares to the PS2 one. Your friend, Dave, aka Segalacious. Segalacious, he's smashing it over there at the Shenmue Fan YouTube channel. He's the new president of it, or manager, or whatever it is. Being a big Shenmue fan, I like that channel, and it's cool that my buddy Dave is now the president. And they have all kinds of different content creators contributing to this, all really big Shenmue fans. Yeah, anyone that's a Shenmue fan, go check out the Shenmue Fan YouTube channel. Dave is smashing it. He just interviewed Adam Korlick, and he has another big time interview that's going to happen soon. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it. Something related to Shenmue. Okay, and then I ordered this off of eBay, Street Fighter Collection, Anniversary Collection for the Xbox. I have it on PlayStation 1, but I gotta have my favorite game, or my favorite fighting game on my favorite console, Xbox, and I didn't have it, so this was like $6 or $7 shipped. I found a good deal. That's one of my big eBay purchases right there. Street Fighter Anniversary. I've been a big fan of the Virtua Fighter lately, and for some reason, like, I never watch movies anymore, and I never watch television. Like, I just don't have time. Like, all of my downtime, my free time, I'm either watching YouTube videos or playing video games, or doing both at the same time. I can maximize my time. That's why I kind of like playing video games. I can watch something, a video or something, where I don't have to be totally invested into like a movie or into like a story. And then I can play games. Lately I've been playing Final Fantasy VII, so I can grind around, grind levels, grind materia. At the same time, I can watch videos on YouTube. I feel like that kind of maximizes my free time the most, and I enjoy myself. But for whatever reason, I got into Virtua Fighter a lot. I was playing Virtua Fighter 5 on Xbox. It was probably because of Segalacious's Virtua Fighter lore videos about the Virtua Fighter characters, because I was never into Virtua Fighter at all. I missed out on that. They didn't have any Virtua Fighter cabs at the arcades near me. It was all Tekken. So I was all about Tekken and Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. But I've been getting into Virtua Fighter lately, and for whatever reason, Segalacious is always joking about the Virtua Fighter anime. and I know he likes it, but he talks trash about it, and it says it's so cheesy and this and that. For whatever reason, a few months ago, I started watching that on YouTube, and I got hooked on it, and I watched that whole thing. Like, I haven't watched the TV series on Netflix or anything. I haven't watched movies at home in a long time. The only time I have time to watch movies is if my wife and I go out on a date. If the parents watch, the grandparents watch the kids, my wife and I go see a movie at the show. Actually, tomorrow we're going to go see Empire Strikes Back at the downtown theater. It's called the State Theater. It's like an old school sort of Art Deco-y looking theater. We're going to go watch Empire Strikes Back there, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, back to the subject, Virtua Fighter. So anyway, I watched Virtua Fighter, the Season 1 on YouTube, and I really liked it. It was kind of that kind of campy but well-made anime. It kind of reminded me of like an 80s anime. I think it's made in the 90s, but it had that good 90s, 80s anime flavor. It almost felt like a kid's show, but some parts of it were kind of dark. Like you wouldn't see a show like that over here in the United States. But I watched the English dub version of the first season, and then I couldn't find the second season. It was in subtitles or anything. It was only in Japanese, so I don't know where to find that, if there's a dubbed version or a subtitled version. I tried to have YouTube translate it, but it didn't translate it well. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I watched Season 1 of Virtua Fighter, and I liked it a lot. So it possessed me to order Virtua Fighter, the anime, the game, for Sega Game Gear. So I ordered that off of eBay. That was sent to me for $7. I'm lucky. I feel blessed that a lot of the games that I'm interested, I go look them up, and they turn out to be cheap games. Like most of the time, if there's a game I want, I look it up. It's not one of the expensive ones. Anyway, ordered Virtua Fighter anime on Virtua Fighter animation for the Game Gear. It came a couple weeks later, and I popped it in and played it, and it sort of followed the story of the animation with cutscenes, like 8-bit style cutscenes, which is kind of charming. I like stuff like that. And then it's a one-on-one fighting game. As you meet new characters in the anime, you unlock them, and you fight through all of the Virtua Fighter characters until you get to Dural. Unfortunately, Jeffrey's missing, and Shun-Di and Leon. Those are the three missing, but it still kind of goes through the main points of the anime story. But anyway, I beat this thing in about a half hour, maybe less. I didn't die one time, and I usually suck at Virtua Fighter. But anyway, I kind of felt good. That kind of made me feel good after I wasted all that time on Final Fantasy. I'll tell that story later on when I'm done with it, but I got up to Sephiroth, what's his name? Sephiroth on Final Fantasy, and I thought I was prepped and ready to go. I was level 80 almost, and then he just smashed me in his final form, and I couldn't keep up with healing my guys and curing them. So I got frustrated, dude. I'll talk about that later. I'm going back. I'm really prepped up for him now. I'll go take care of him. I've never had that kind of problem with an RPG yet. I've only played a few, but I'm scared to play other Final Fantasies now. I took out the Final Fantasy X, no problem. I didn't have any problem with anything on that game. Final Fantasy 12, I went through that game like no stress. And then Final Fantasy 7 here, that last boss, I went through the whole game, no problem. I don't think I died once. Then the last form, the last boss, just like is unbelievably difficult. Anyway, but I'll get back to that. Anyway, so I was all pissed off about that, and then I ended up playing this, and I smashed through it fast, so that made me feel good. It didn't consume a lot of my time. I'll probably go back and play this more. For an 8-bit game, it plays really good, and the fighting animation's really good. A lot of that Virtua Fighter stuff where you just have to time your attack or have the right distance with the different moves. I noticed I could use a lot of my little cheesy techniques from Virtua Fighter 5. I could do on this Virtua Fighter animation for Game Gear. Yeah, so that's a fun little fighting game. This is probably the best fighting game I've played on the Game Gear that I can remember. I do kind of want to get Fatal Fury Special for Game Gear. Yeah, $7. I recommend this one. Okay, oh, and then I really splurged on this one. Street Fighter EX Alpha Plus, baby. Or Street Fighter, yeah, EX Plus Alpha. I did not have this one. Now I have all of the Street Fighter EX games. Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha, that's what this is called. I have the second one, and then I have the third one on PS2. I won this on an eBay bid for $25. I feel like I got really lucky with that. I could never find it for that cheap anywhere. And this is, it was listed as mint condition, and it is really, really nice condition. It's got the book and everything, shiny and pretty. This is the one I used to play a lot that I love. So now I have all of the Street Fighter EXs, and I enjoy this one a lot. I think I like EX2 a little bit more. Yeah, Street Fighter EX. Happy to have that. Got that. I worked a little bit of overtime so my wife didn't get angry when I ordered this off of eBay. Let me get back to some more thrift store finds. SimCity Creator. I got that for my wife. It was $2 at the thrift store. And I don't know if she likes it. I don't think she's played it yet. She's been spending all of her free time playing Dragon Quest Builders 2, so I don't think she has time for this right now. And then speaking of Final Fantasy 7, when you know, Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core, I found that it was $5, but I thought I'm getting that because I'm enjoying Final Fantasy 7 so much, and I understand this is a prequel. So yeah, I usually never see good PSP games like this at the thrift store. This is the only one, Final Fantasy Crisis Core, so I'm hoping this is not as long and as Final Fantasy 7 because I can't do very many games like that a year. But hopefully I can have some fun with this. Looks like this is real-time action, like more like the newer Final Fantasies. So glad to have that. And then this completes my James Bond PlayStation 2 collection. Like one of the cheapest, most common 007 games, Knightfire. I didn't have it on PlayStation, so I ordered that with a guide. I think this was $12 shipped to me at Knightfire. 007 Knightfire with a 007 Knightfire guide. That was sent to me for $12 off of eBay. That wasn't a bid or anything, it was just listed as that. So now I have all of the PlayStation 2 007 games. I have all of the PlayStation 1 007 games. I'm working on 3. I only have 2 more to go. And I have this nice guide. I didn't have the guide for Knightfire, surprisingly. And then I just want to end on this one. Speaking of Knightfire, this was developed by a team called Eurocom. And they also did The World Is Not Enough for Nintendo 64. So they make some bangin' Bond games. This was back when EA had it. And then come to find out, this is a pickup from like a few months ago. I already shared it. Quantum of Solace on the PlayStation 2. It turns out that this particular version is developed by Eurocom that did Knightfire, and I did not know that. I just picked this up to complete my Bond collection. I didn't know it was a totally different game than the other versions. I had played the Xbox 360 version many years ago, and I enjoyed it. That's like a first-person game made by the Call of Duty guys. What is it called? Treyarch or something. Activision. This one's published by Activision as well, But I guess all of the other versions were Treyarch. This one is Eurocom that did Knightfire. And I did not know this. This was like a pleasant surprise to me. This is a third-person shooter. The other ones are first-person. This is like one of those take cover, pop out and shoot games like Bloodstone. It's the only version like that. So I got excited. I wasn't even going to play this, and now it's like playing a new game. I love third-person Bond games. I love seeing Bond. Bond is so cool. You want to see Bond. A lot of people want to be Bond. Like you want first-person games. First-person games kind of give me a headache. It's cool to see 007 on the screen. That's why I like Everything or Nothing and From Russia with Love. And this one has Daniel Craig. So you play as Daniel Craig, a really good, impressive character model of him. This is probably towards the very end of PlayStation 2. So they were really pushing the hardware, it looks like. This is a really pretty game. Just there's so many load areas. They probably couldn't fit much into a load area, but still what's there is beautiful. And it's third person. I can't stress enough, I love the third person games. And this has a good character model of Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig's probably my least favorite Bond, but I still like him a lot. I'm still queer for Craig, but he's not like no Sean Connery or Roger Moore to me. But man, it's just so cool that I found out recently that this game is different. So I'm really looking forward. I played a couple levels of it, but I'm itching to get back to complete the game. Okay, that's about it. Hopefully I'll find something more interesting to talk about next time. Thanks for stopping by. Bye!